Warning! Graphic pest control video ahead. Do not watch if you might be offended. If, however, you really like watching pest control videos, then hello again and welcome to the Squirrel Hunter channel. Please continue and watch us as we control pest populations with silenced air rifles here in the UK. If you have any questions, can you please check the description below first to see if it's already been answered and for some useful links. Thank you. In today's video I should be using Bruv's gun because mine are all still poorly sick. I should be launching Barracuda Hunter Extremes out the end of it. And not only that, if you look at this feeder you'll realise this belongs to Bro, not me. He can't make it out due to COVID restrictions, we couldn't travel together. And I've come out to shoot it because we think it needs shooting. On this day, from start to finish, I sat in this hide for almost exactly 5 hours straight. Whatever the length of this video turns out to be when I've finished editing it, that will be the most interesting part of those 5 hours. So most of the time I'm sat in this hide, I'm either waiting for a squirrel to turn up, which is the vast majority of the time, or I'm waiting for a squirrel to get in a position where I can shoot it. That is why I take the time to do the shot properly. Shooting prematurely is not something I'm known for. Don't be a premature shooter. Take the time, do the job properly. I know some of the comments are trolls, and I suspect strongly that they are premature shooters. In fact, I wouldn't mind betting some of their guns go off inside their case before they've even got them out. They're that type of people. And I don't mind the comments because it just drives our analytics even higher. The only reason I mention it here is anybody looking to get into this type of thing, they need to watch what we do and not pay attention to the comments. Anyway, just a few thoughts out there, just to let you know what I'm thinking. This place is pretty rife with squirrels, and here comes the first visitor. I should be having quite a decent day today, as you'll see by the end, so I shall fast forward most of these clips. See, there's 2 squirrels in shot. Quite a busy day ahead, so I'm going to start speeding them up so you haven't got to wait too long between the shots. Now obviously the camera is just looking at the scene in front of me and panned back enough to catch the action, hopefully anywhere by the feeder. And I'm looking at the scope, tracking my first victim, which will be the one on the ground in front of the feeder. As soon as it's still, like that, I'll take the shot. You can see the other one just skipped up this tree, disappeared, never comes straight back down. Well, there's a thrash about. See the link in the description as to why they do that, if you didn't know anyway. As you should be aware if you've watched many of our videos, we do like to capture any wildlife that turn up in front of us. I count that as being an interesting part of my day out. In fact, it's very enjoyable. Bit of free food, tends to help the local wildlife. Also give me some else to look at. Also you get to listen to the birds. There's a buzzard crying in the background, you hear some chickens. Just waiting for this one to turn up. Like I said before, awful lot of waiting involved, and patience is definitely a virtue here. Wouldn't want to mess it up by premature shooting, would we? As you can see, I've sped this one up, just to save you the bother. 5 times the normal speed. Have a good sniff around like a dog in a park, reading a newspaper, till he comes to rest at the bottom of the tree. I'm just looking for a nice shot to take effect here, like this. Straight on headshot virtually. Pretty much knew his head was going to come back up into the crosshairs. I am working on a homebrew night vision come scope cam setup. I've done some early trials of it. You have to bear with me. It'll take a few more videos to go through all this other footage first. I do intend to bring back the scope cam, hopefully later this year, depending on how I get through the footage I've already got. I did go out and retrieve that squirrel, and that's exactly what the 177 full frontal headshot did to it. Just for interest's sake, for those of you who don't think 177 is good enough, more than capable of taking down a squirrel when it's placed correctly. It's a sub 12 foot-pound rifle, legal, in England. I won't say the UK because there's all sorts of funny laws going on in Scotland. I'm only going to stick to England from now on, where I know what the laws are. Always check the laws in the area you're in. They change rapidly across the world, and even in your own country they can change in your lifetime. This squirrel came in and went away again, didn't present the shot. That's the way it goes, I'm afraid. And a few of them today. Go back to a bit of bird watching. You can hear the woodland is alive with bird song. It's an absolute pleasure to be out, just chilling in my hide. Our friend Mr. Robin comes down. Don't begrudge any of these animals a free feed. And we have another victim come into view. This one doesn't run through. Spoiler alert, it will end up on the feeder. Just have to fast forward it first. And when I mean feeder, I mean dead on the floor. It doesn't actually go to the feeder. Messes about quite a bit and gives me the impression it's going to wander off. Consequently, I have to shoot it as soon as it becomes still. Goes behind the tree. There we go. It's nice and still there. I'm lined up and I'm going to take the shot. I'm pretty sure it's going to stay still. And it did. That's all we need them to do. Remain motionless. 177 pellet finds the mark. Just kicking in the leaves. Quite happy with that shot. Bit of bonus footage here. Got a brown hare galloping through. I always love it to see the hares. Don't normally get to see them that often. But I have got some footage where I see them quite a bit, which I'll share with you at a later date. This one came straight into the feeder, no messing about. Spilt grain on the ground, looking straight at me, and I need to fast forward this. Just got to wait for him to bob up and down again. Has he seen me? No. Watch where his head goes, straight back. Not exactly where it was, but close. Keep the crosshairs somewhere near. And the shot's almost instantaneous. That's the culmination of all the waiting. Success. That's all I see it as. The aim was to kill it, and it's dead. I don't get excited, I don't whoop and holler when I kill things. All I see is success. All the preparation and effort to date has led to the squirrel being dead on the ground. Single shot, job done. Here comes another victim. Looking at the notation I use on my videos, I can see I've got 2 kills in this one coming up. Another spoiler alert. Sometimes when you're filming the wildlife, you'll get a squirrel come in or something else interesting happen. Quite often when you're out, certain times of the year, you'll get 2s or maybe even 3s come to the feeder together. They usually run around and play a bit, or sometimes there's a bit of dominance display. And one will always take a position where it's sat still, and that's the one I normally go for. And usually while they're kicking on the ground, the other one might come down to have a look, be staring intently at the one kicking around, and you can quite easily shoot that one as well. These seem to be quite friendly, these two. No messing about going on, but again, this is part of the patience game. Didn't come here for a laugh. Pretty sure one of them's going to feed. There we go. On the feeder now. And I'm lining up on him, not even worried about the second one. Good wallop there. The squirrel behind hasn't really done a lot at the moment from that impact. And the one starts thrashing on the ground, and the one behind jumped up the tree. It's coming on the left hand side of the tree, looking at its mate on the ground. I'm assuming there's some sort of family members, or maybe breeding, I don't know. They seem to be quite amicable towards each other. That's what you get for being nosy. Stood still long enough, in the space of a few seconds, like 30 seconds I'm guessing. I've got 2 on the deck. Again, this is the patience you have to foster when you get results. Bit more hare footage. They do run around this track. It's like a forestry track. I used to log in. You have to excuse my rifle mic, or shotgun mic even, rifle mic. My shotgun mic on the top rubbing the hide a bit. Didn't realise at the time. Do like to see the brown hares. Not allowed to shoot them, and I don't shoot them anyway. Beautiful animals. Don't see them that often in this country, in the amount that we've got here. The owners of Squirrel Hill actively preserve the population. Some animals are quite happy to run around the area and others aren't. Check the links in the description to see what damage the American grey squirrel does in the UK. It's brought here by the Victorians, I do believe. Didn't evolve here. It does an awful lot of damage as invasive species the world over do. It's not their fault, I wouldn't blame them. But keeping their numbers down is definitely good for the environment. And that one's wandered off. Came in and went again. Doesn't matter if they come in and go again. There's always be another time. Normally when we come out we're in pairs. Bro normally shoots his feeder, it's his. I normally shoot the one at the bank around the back, just to maximise the day out. I shot the one previously. This is the next visit I made was to Bros. He could have actually come today and brought his own car. This track was nothing but ruts last time I arrived. Since then they must have put thousands of tons of hardcore down. He could have driven his car, which is not a 4x4, and got to his feeder. But hey ho, his loss is my gain. And the squirrels are coming thick and fast now. Here we go, nice and still. This time, as soon as the head came back up, pellet to the skull. I still like to see a little bit of kick in. It's normally indicative of a good headshot. I'll take that one now. It's pretty dead to me. Here we have another victim wandering from the left. This one doesn't seem perturbed by the corpse of the ground in front of it. Can't miss it really, can it? It's gone straight for the food. They normally come in, they'll either attack the one on the ground, have a panic attack when they see it, or like this one, they're totally ignorant of it and their belly's rumbling. Because it's not sat on the feeder, it's not presenting a good shot. I'm just going to have to wait for it to turn around. I can't see enough of its head. Tend to hunch. The head dips below the shoulders. I try and get him to move really. Try and make a noise to get his attention. Need it to fidget round just to give me enough shot on the side of its head. Back of the ear will do. Clicking my fingers. There we go. Pellet finds the mark. Can't beat a bit of accuracy. And the S410 is an excellent rifle for anyone getting into air rifle shooting. If you can get a second-hand S410, do it. You'll never be disappointed by them. Fantastic rifle. Very accurate. That'll do. You can see this one climbing the hill. It's coming from directly behind my hide. Across the track to the side of me. And heading straight for the feeder. There's a couple of corpses to negotiate. I don't mind the corpses sometimes because Takes the attention of the squirrel away from you moving. I'm just setting the camera up. I'm hoping it's going to the feeder. Excuse the noise, I think I'm getting a text message. It doesn't seem to be too perturbed by the corpses. Looking at them, I'm pretty certain now it's going to the feeder. Most of the feeders, when we design them these days, we give them quite a narrow ledge, like about 2.5, 3 inches. Squirrels can sit on them quite comfortably, but it tends to put off things like pigeons. And then obviously you've got the lid, which tends to stop lots of things getting at it. So when you find your level dropping like a stone, it's usually squirrels. And at which point you should arrange a visit forthwith. Is he going to sit there? Doesn't matter if he sits there, he's in trouble. I'll be looking to get the rifle to my shoulder now. It's almost there. Normally it's resting on my sticks and stuck in my chair in the cup holder. It's still looking pretty calm, isn't it? That's it, son. Get on there. That'll do. Nice side on headshot. Just like that. That doesn't look good to me. Looking at it now, the way it raised its head. It's easy to see on the video. I think I have to go out and finish this one off. Looking at the absence of corpses on the ground, I'm pretty sure I went out and finished that one off. And if you've got a break cover, it's not ideal, so you might as well do the most good you possibly can. Normally we pick up any bodies and bring them back to the hide. And as you can see here, we've got 3 squirrels galloping around and playing. Definitely what you'd call a target-rich environment. Can't believe my luck, really. Turned up on a great day. Very opportunistic. Just got to wait for these 3 to calm themselves down. Here we go. This one's running on the front there, eating the loose grain on the ground. I'm looking at him now as my first victim. Getting the rifle up to my eye, settling down, getting comfortable. We've got plenty of time. These little bits of grain, we've got to keep picking them up. Wait for it. There's a shot. Good impact, happy with that. The other 2, not quite sure what went on. Just speed the film up, I think. Get you to the next bit. I'm going to go for that one just to the left of the feeder. And you'll see, just as I'm about to pull this trigger, it moves its head. Really annoying. There we go, nice and still. And it moves its head just as I pull the trigger. I hate it when that happens. Never mind, it'll probably come back again. But the one on the right hand side of the feeder's run up onto the lid. I'm looking at him. He's in trouble. Straight on headshot. Thank you very much. Should have been 3, but I got 2 of them. Let's see the other one in the background running up the bank. I'll probably get him another day. I'll take the 2, especially now I know it's the head movement that caught me out. If you do enough of this type of thing, you'll eventually get caught out by head movement, and that's what the video process of filming and making the video has taught us. The head movements are the worst thing. When you think they're feeding, or they're gone still, you get caught out. I did prove it in another video. They move so much quicker than you do. By the time your brain tells a finger to squeeze the trigger, one movement of the head, it's a complete miss. Runs off unharmed. There's always another victim. Here he is, or she. Quite sure what it is at the moment. It's either a boar or a sow. For many years I called them buck and does, not knowing the right terminology. Like a pig, it's a boar and a sow. I can't remember who pointed that out. I would credit them. It was told to me in one of the comments, I do believe. I can't remember, it's on Facebook even. Or was it in the video? Never mind, I'm meandering. This'll do. Sit nice and still, son. Pellet goes straight through the head into the woodwork of the feeder. Come on, normally kick off the lid. Normally a pause and a bit of kick in. There we go. It's more like it. Nice bit of squirrel stacking going on. Looks like a bore to me. Happy days. Yet another victim arrives. Looking at the two neatly stacked squirrels there. My phone buzzing away in the background. Do apologise. I'm only chatting away with Bro and Bruv out on the feeder. Get quite a good reception here. Usually get on the forums as well. Chatting on Facebook. How times have changed. I'll speed this up, I think. Does have a bit of a mess about. Spay the watch time. I do like to include it just to show you how much messing about that does go on. Here we go, make a bit of a noise. Stood still for long enough. Good impact. It's quite a common thing for them to do. Muscle spasm and their little claws dig into any wood. Very sharp. An artistic pose before it drops to the ground. Looking at it through the camera lens now. That'll do. I think I've been out and picked up a look of it. The moment I get too much messing about, the tendency is just to pop out and get one. You do run the risk of putting other squirrels off. I used to say I normally killed it for about half an hour, but there's been instances where, especially with Bro, he's physically gone to the feeder in one place and there was one sat on the feeder when he got there. And he's only 15 yards away, permanent hide. He's gone in the hide, set the camera up, set the gun up, the squirrel's still there, filmed the squirrel, shot the squirrel. You know, one of them things. If you've got to go out, do it quickly, do it efficiently. Probably bear fruit in the long run if the dead bodies are causing a problem. But if they're not causing a problem, just leave them there. Just keep shooting the squirrels. I only ever move them if I have to go out to dispatch one that needs it. I can't do it from the hide. Or if I think they're adversely affecting the approach of the other squirrels. A bit more fast forwarding. So I'm going to sniff about, obviously, can smell the other squirrels. They're never normally put off by blood. There's been blood all over the feeder before now and they still sat there and eaten. This one's messing me about a bit, so I try to stop him by making a noise. Tongue clicking. Didn't really work, did it? Bit of a failure. Or has it worked? I'm watching it through the scope. Made a snap judgment. Same as that other squirrel. Hung on for a second as the muscle spasmed. Those are the sort of ones that can catch you out now and again with the head movement. It doesn't work all the time for them. Sometimes you catch them just right. That'll do. I just deleted 4 pieces of video as I was editing. All with squirrels come in, don't hang around and run back out again. Very frustrating. Didn't get added anything to the video, so I deleted them. I just thought I'd let you know what happened. Watching a squirrel come in and nothing happen wasn't really what I wanted to do. Obviously I was filming it, I included it in my footage, and I elected not to use it. This is the last squirrel of the day. So I'll just let this run out in its entirety. Obviously been picked up. Plenty of smells around there. Do wonder sometimes when they sense that fresh, they're have a good look around to see if there's another squirrel about. Rest assured it will arrive on the feeder eventually, or it will put itself in a position I can shoot it. Can always tell by the way I annotate my video clips. I always take them off the camera, put them on the computer, remove the dross, or I've knocked the camera over and stuff like that. I put them all in order, so I'm going to use for the video. Anytime there's a kill or 2 kills, I usually put a K to signify that this is a clip I kill something in. Or if it's 2 or 3 Ks, it's 2 or 3 kills. So when I come to editing, I know what I'm editing. That makes sense. This one's messing about quite a bit, isn't he? He definitely gets it. There he is, he's on the top. That's where he went. He's in trouble now. There we go. It's always good to have him on the top of the lid. There's a bit of a kick down the bank. It's not an issue to me because I'll be packing up in a minute. 15 on the deck. It's a shame Bro couldn't have come and shot them. Thanks for the loan of the gun, Bruv. And lucky Bro. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.